how do you assign defect severity and priority? Okay, so how a tester, as a tester, you will go ahead and analyze that this particular defect needs to have the high severity, medium or low severity, right? So higher the impact of a defect has on the development or operation or a component, the higher the severity. Okay, and then the priority is defined based on the higher the impact of the bug or defect on the business, on the revenue, on the customer satisfaction, the higher the priority of that particular defect will be. Now I'll take an example here. Okay, so if I talk about a high severity bug, right? So same example, e-commerce website. Now e-commerce website add items to cart is not working. That's high severity because the impact on the development, operation, testing is too high, right? None testers are able to proceed further. So that is high severity. Now if this particular defect needs to be, basically if business comes through and says, analyzes this particular defect, and there is a defect triage meeting that happens wherein all the analysis will happen, what are high priority defects that have been raised, what are medium and low, and based on this then business will say, okay, there are so many testers who are blocked because of this particular defect, they are not able to proceed further. The priority of this particular defect add to cart will also be high. That's how it is basically defined. So severity is the impact on the work, on the system, on the software, right? And priority is what business thinks that in what order this particular needs to be fixed, right? Now because add to cart is blocking so many other user stories and other work, so that will be high priority to be fixed quickly, right? Now high priority, okay, or high severity but low priority. Okay, so for example Google, okay, so Google login or Google registration is failing. It's high priority, but in the testing life cycle or in the STLC, when the testing is happening, there are so many other work that testers still have to complete, right? So this particular defect, which is registration using Google account, can still wait for another week or so to fix. In that case, the severity or priority of that particular defect will be reduced by business, and they'll say, okay, you can fix it in. Now low severity but high priority example. So for example, you are reputed organization, you are Google, okay, and on your Google website, okay, the home page, there is a spelling mistake, right? Now the spelling mistake on a website is not causing any harm or any damage or any functional damage basically, right? So functionality, everything is working absolutely fine, but being such a reputed organization, a spelling mistake on homepage of the main website is not acceptable, right? It's not a good sort of image with so many audiences and customers that you have overall. So this is low severity, but business will say, no, this needs to be fixed immediately because we by mistake, or we cannot have this particular severity defect, or even though it is low severity, but we cannot have a spelling mistake on our key website, right? So this is example of low severity and high priority. So business will say this needs to be fixed immediately before we move on further with other scenarios and development work. So this is basically how you assign severity and priority. Priority is mostly done in the defect triage meeting, wherein business decides in what order the defects will be fixed by the development team and when they will be fixed, right? Okay.